Hello, welcome to Art, and my name is Gina Partos. Today I'm going to show you how to make an exposed coil construction mug with a handle. First we need to make the template. We're going to use this, a compass, to measure the radius. For those of you who aren't up on your math terms, the edge of the cup to the center is the radius. The distance from the edge of the cup to the other edge across is the diameter. The distance around the cup is the circumference. This project requires that you begin with a small base and cantilever the coils. That is, laying one a little bit outside the other. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to turn this into a cube, and I'm pressing quite hard, as you can see, onto my coil base. Move that. I'm doing some what I like to call karate chops with my hand. Use this part of your hand to prepare your clay, because if you hit your clay with this part of your fingers, you can injure your finger. You don't want to do that. You can also throw your slab, like so. Basically what you're doing is you're taking the piece of clay and you're throwing it toward you, and that process helps flatten the clay. Now when you're doing your karate chops, you want to have pretty controlled karate chops, because you don't want to make one part of the clay really thick and one part too thin. So watch what you're doing when you do this process. Use your eyes, because your base of any ceramic project is extremely important, and it's important that you construct that well. Now notice how you're not hearing a really super loud slam with this piece. If you take the clay and slam it straight down like a belly flop in a pool, then you're actually forcing air bubbles into the clay, and then you'll have to just go ahead and re-wedge the whole thing, which is a pain. Alright, so got that all set. Now I have my handy dandy rolling pin. I'm rolling in only one direction. See a little air bubble here that I got into the piece by slamming it in my demonstration. Here's how you remove that. Spread the clay out. Okay, now I can feel the air bubbles gone. Okay, for this project, I'm going to make, oh, no, it's still there. See why that's a bad thing to do? Oh, that one just doesn't want to go away. There it is. When you can see a little rip in the clay, that's how you can tell if you got the air bubble out. Okay, now I'm going to be using this clay for several bases, which I'm making. In between rolling, feel free to throw the slab. What I just did there is called throwing the slab. Okay. can see an air bubble here. Getting rid of that. I can see an air bubble here. Kind of deforms your clay, but that's okay. It's better to smooth out your slab again instead of letting the air bubble stay in your clay and causing the base of your piece to burst. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to very lightly incise with this tool, which is aptly named an incising tool. Now the reason I'm not cutting all the way through is because I can't see the top of the piece. Otherwise I'd stick my head into the video. And if I make a mistake, I can easily go back and smooth out the clay and redo my line. You see? Okay, so there's that piece. When I'm cutting with the incising tool, I remove any debris and then I make sure that the incising tool is pointed straight up. I'm going to show you something. Notice that? These are called burrs. So I remove them periodically so that I don't end up with a lot of mess onto my base. See, I'm getting a little bit of mess there because I haven't cleaned. So you're holding the tool straight up and down like this onto the clay. Now to get this off the board, just make a simple cut like so. Peel this off. We're going to have to re-wedge this clay because it's been used. Every time you use clay, you must re-wedge it when you put it back together because it creates air bubbles. Okay, my piece isn't too bad. Here's how you get the piece off without deforming it. Just lightly pick up on the sides. You can also flip it over. And you can make it nice again by spinning it. Okay. We're not going to go for perfection with the base right now because if we do that, we're just going to dry out the clay and we can smooth out the base later and fix all that. The main thing we want to do is make sure it's round.